Hi, cat. Come and get some mango, baby.
One, two, 1, 2, 3. Self-awareness is a superpower. My name is KathyLaDonna. Welcome to Soul and Vibration. I hope the free thinkers are doing well. And if you are not doing well, I'm happy to remind you that you are the most powerful person that you know. You are the most powerful person that you know because only you can create your reality. So this is our weekly forecast video, and in this video I'm going to go over the 3rd, which is this Thursday. I'm not recording it on a Thursday, but it's published on a Thursday. So it is from the 3rd until the 10th, which is next Thursday. So far, this is the 3rd one that I've done, and I've kind of gotten the swing of how I want to do it, even though I'm always open to change. So before I even get into it, I'm going to pull a card. Like I did with the last one, I'll be pulling a card to help with the energy for the days that I'll be going over. And I've decided that I wanted to focus on the moon, like not necessarily focus only on the moon, but track the moon, because the moon talks a lot about our emotions and how our inner world, what's going on within our inner world. So for the 3rd, the card that comes out is 4 of Pentacles in the reversal position. And 4 of Pentacles in the reversal position to me talks about like being a little bit less restrictive when it comes to, say, our personal belongings and our financial situation, because the Pentacle energy talks about finances, but it doesn't have to just be finances. It could be anything that is tangible, tangible things, or even the number 4 energy talks about systems. So it could even be practical beliefs. So with this card being the card that comes up to talk about the overall energy, I also think about, the day starting. We start off our week on a Thursday, and Thursday has to do with Jupiter energy, and Jupiter energy is expansive energy. Jupiter energy is somewhat of a curious energy, but curious in the sense that we are curious about something to where we're able to focus our attention and expand our mind and gain knowledge. And the day itself adds up and reduces to the number 3. And the number 3 is a curious energy, though. The number 3 is a artistic, childlike, energetic type of energy. And the number 3 energy could be also a bit of an escapist energy, similar to the moon in Pisces and conjuncting Neptune. So with the moon in Pisces and conjuncting Neptune, it talks about how, to a certain extent, like our need for either time alone or our need for escapism, and escapism for the simple fact that maybe, things just escapism for the simple fact that it's like, that feeling when you're just tired of responsibility, restriction, and just feel so powerless, and you just want to go off into your corner and grab your blanket and get your comfort food and, turn on YouTube if that's what you do, or Netflix, or scroll on your phone. It's that kind of energy, where you just pretty much want to be free and not really think about responsibilities or obligation. It's that kind of escapism type of energy that I think about when I think about, say, the number 3 energy, this card coming up in the reversal position, Moon and Pisces. And when you look at this card in the upright position. You see that this person, it's like they're holding on to their coin. With one hand, there's one on the head and one underneath both feet. To me, this is the energy where we want to keep track of everything. This is the energy where we just want to kind of like be efficient and be orderly and basically focus on just like control. Because when you look at this person, you see control. So when I look at this in the reversal position, I think of a lack of control. And a lack of control, not necessarily because someone wants to be free and just let go. This lack of control can come from frustration, or sometimes, you know, when we go too long, like what comes to mind right now is like skipping school. And you skip school so much to where it's like it feels overwhelming to catch up on the work and responsibility that is expected. So because of that overwhelming feeling, it's like, screw it, I'm just gonna not do anything. Like that's the vibe that I'm getting when I look at that. And also too, thinking about the number 3 energy, which is one that doesn't like restriction, doesn't like order, just likes to do things whenever it feels like it, things that feels good to it, because the number 3 is a childlike energy. You know, the number 3 is the energy that wants to explore everything, and the idea of commitment or restriction or order is like the worst thing that the number 3 can possibly hear. And I look at the chart and I'm looking at how Mercury conjuncts Saturn and is squaring Uranus, which that's something that I'm sure I've spoken about before. But again, Uranus energy, the need for freedom, and you know, Saturn Mercury energy in Aquarius too, also freedom energy. And I'm looking at the Sun conjunct Jupiter, sextiling Uranus, wanting to be free. You know what I mean? So it's like, this is a day where it's like, I don't really feel like being bothered. Like, I don't really feel like responding to emails. I don't really feel like responding to text messages unless they're fun or they're connecting with my inner child. Like, that's just the vibe that I'm getting from this day. And I feel like it is totally, like, basically, we need to allow ourselves to give ourselves days like this where we are just able to just kick back and just go with the flow. And if we're not able to check off everything on our checklist that day, that is completely fine. Like, a lot of this energy that I'm seeing here, like the new moon was just on the 2nd. So, you know, basically we're not fully out of that new moon energy, and just, you know, freedom, wanting to express. This is a great time. Like those days when we don't feel like doing anything, I feel like it's okay to allow ourselves to do nothing and just dream. And dream about all the good things that we want to aspire to, the things that we want to create. And I guess I can't help with my Virgo rising always wanting to incorporate some productivity, and also to my Capricorn in the 5th house. Like, the idea of work is fun to me, but when I say work, it's not just any work. It's like what I enjoy. And to me, this is like work, but it's not work because I love every second of it. But like, yeah, on days like this, to me, the way how to make the most of it so you don't feel guilty if you're one of those people who like to be productive or whatever, like just use this time to like daydream and reflect on things that bring you joy, things that you've had enough of. Like the feeling that's coming to mind right now is like, say you've been eating a certain meal like every day for the last week or so. It's like you're tired of eating it. It's like you're gonna realize, like, within this day you can feel all the things that you're just over. Like, I'm over this and I'm over that, and it's like I'm ready for freedom, I'm ready for fun, I'm ready to just express myself in that way, or have my life reflect that kind of energy. Like, that's the feeling that I'm getting. I also want to talk about how now that we've moved into March 2022, adds up and reduces to the number 9 vibration. And the number of 9 vibration is one that talks about bringing things to transforming something and taking it to the next level, you know what I mean? Or completely scrapping something because we've realized that it isn't working. Where say February was one where some of us may have signed new contracts or focused on some kind of contracts, legalities, or even brought some things to an end by giving notice or ending something complete, or considering looking over something and deciding what it is that we're going to do. But with February, adding up to the number 8 energy, February 2022 adding up to the number 8 energy, we move into March, and this is where we are finalizing things and deciding, should I take this to the next level? Should I take this relationship to the next level? How can I step things up, or do I need to completely scrap this? So that's the kind of energy that will also be feeling and reflecting on within this month. Something that I've been thinking about for myself personally is that whenever we are called to make changes in our lives, and I say called in the sense that you feel this deep desire, and sometimes it's not even a desire, it could be a frustration where it's like you're fed up with the way something's going and you're just over it. It's like I said with eating the same meal for the past week or two or whatever, and it's like if I swallow another bite, I'm gonna throw up. It's that kind of feeling when it comes to say different aspects of our lives. And I feel like that frustration or that feeling is the universe, it's our inner self, it's something within ourselves signaling to us that something needs to be adjusted, something needs to be addressed. And I've learned that whenever I feel a calling to do something or make changes in my life, like I do it because I realize that thing is going to happen one way or the other. It's like, for example, the person who is called to maybe make some changes in their life and pursue something they're passionate about. And they're afraid to go after it because they are afraid that financially they might not be able to, keep up a certain kind of lifestyle or whatever it is that's on their mind that they're afraid of. So out of fear, they're disregarding what their heart is saying and just going with their mind and what makes sense. And then coincidentally, some freak accident happens and lands them on their ass. And while they're on their ass, basically they're doing all the things that they should have been doing anyway, where it's like, okay, now they're in the position where they have to answer that calling because they're not able to go into their job, or something has to come to an end because of the freak accident. And when that thing comes to an end, they're now doing what they've always should have been doing in the first place. So it's like the universe brings you where you're supposed to be anyway, but like I would have rather gone on my own instead of being dragged, instead of the freak accident. So that's something that I've been reflecting on throughout like the last few years, how you get the feeling and the knowing that this thing needs to be addressed, this thing needs to be looked at, and then out of nowhere something happens and it's like you're there anyway, but like I would have preferred to go on my own. It's like I'm thinking about the Mario Brothers video game, the old Nintendo game, and it's like life where time is moving forward and the screen is always moving forward. And if you decide to stop playing the game, the screen is still moving forward. So the screen will just push you and keep pushing you as it's moving when you stop moving. And I feel like that's life, so I prefer to go at my free will. And on the 3rd of March, us going into us in the middle of the week and reflecting, this is where we're able to be honest with ourselves about how we truly feel about things. This is where we're able to go inside of ourselves and daydream and fantasize about, what brings us joy, what speaks to our inner child. This is where we're thinking about freedom and how much more freedom is necessary in our lives. So we move on to the 5th. And the card that I want to pull for the energy of the 5th is the Ace of Pentacles, and I'll put it over here because I just remember that right here is where I'm gonna have the chart up. But like, yeah, the Ace of Pentacles is what is showing up for the 5th, which is a Saturday, and Saturday is Saturn day. And when I look at the Ace of Pentacles, right away, my attention goes to, say, the hand. And the hand is out, and it's offering an opportunity. It's presenting some, and the ace is it's the beginning energy. It's the start of something. So this is like a practical offering, and the practical offering could be finances, but some kind of tangible offering is presented. And I look at the color of the background, which is the sky. And the sky is like a grayish overcast, but more on the clearer side. And the grayish overcast energy brings me to, say, the sky, of course, air has to do with the mind. And when I think about skies being overcast, I think of how there's mist in the air. And the mist in the air pretty much represents emotions. So to me, this is a clearing of emotions, or somewhat of a clearing of emotions, and finally gaining some kind of an insight, some kind of a tangible insight that makes sense. Because, again, the air is the mind, the mist in the air, or the overcastness, or the cloud is the water. So clearing of the mind. And when I look at the energies of the 5th of March, I look at how Mars is at 19 degrees in Aries. And when Mars is in Aries, like the minute when Mars enters into Aries, I can feel it. It's almost like, it's like this fire I feel build up inside of me. And it's like, I want things, it's like an aggression where things need to happen. They need to happen now. So I'm looking at the moon in Aries, and the moon in Aries is squaring. The Mars, Venus, Pluto is in the 10th house, and it's in Capricorn. And Aries, moon is in Aries, and it's on the ascendant. So to me, this is where it's like, okay, I just want to do me, and I just wish things would hurry up. I don't want to follow rules. I don't really care about it's like what is expected of me. Like what's coming to mind is like, I think of like, say, the family that whenever they leave the house, it's important to like put on a good face. It's important to conduct ourselves a certain way. And it's like, the moon in Aries on the ascendant, it's like, I don't really care about all that. Like, I just want to focus on me, and I want to go at the speed that I want to go at. And when I think about Capricorn energy, 10th house energy, I think about authority. I think about, say, father figure, mother figure, whoever is in charge. And with the moon squaring that, it's like, I don't really have time for that right now. Like, I don't really have time for this right now. And then I think about Saturn, and Saturday being associated with Saturn energy, and Saturn energy being one that has to do with order and us following structures and systems and time and things like that. And the day adding up and reducing to the number 5. With the day adding up and reducing to the number 5 on Saturday the 5th, and moon is in Aries, we have to take our time and basically be very conscious when it comes to our every move, because the number 5 energy is one that talks about sudden and unexpected changes because of our need for constant stimulation. And I look at the moon in Aries squaring Mars, Venus, Pluto, and it's like, this square is because like we really don't want to be bothered with any kind of control, any kind of system, any kind of structure, anything like that. And the benefits that can come from that is, I look at the fact that the moon is sextiling Venus, the moon is sextiling Saturn conjunct Mercury. And with that sextile, to me, that's happening in Aquarius energy. Aquarian energy is freedom, innovation, and also just doing things on our terms. So I can tell that day, that Saturday, March 5th, it's like, we just want to do things the way we want. We don't want to be told what to do. We don't want to spend too much time overthinking things. We just want to act. And all of that is great But at the same time, like I mentioned with the 5 energy, just be conscious and aware of our actions. And I go back to the Ace of Pentacles and the hand coming out of that hand coming out of the sky. And to me, with everything that we'll be feeling on this day, and also to with the day associating with Saturn because it's a Saturday, I feel like a lot of clarity will come in, even with everything that we're going through. A lot of clarity in the sense of some kind of a practical, tangible way of being, doing, or seeing things, but something that will be it's almost like hearing news back or getting something or receiving something. So on the inside, we'll feel like, I just want things to hurry up, but we just have to be patient and trust the process. Because whatever it is that we're waiting, some of us might be waiting to hear back news, or some of us might be just know that whatever you're waiting for is going to come to you. And just be patient with yourself and be patient with others, because it is so easy to misunderstand and misunderstand each other, because the need for everything to go and hurry up and move so fast. So I move on to Monday the 7th. So Monday is Moon Day, and Monday the 7th adds up and reduces to the number 7 energy. And the number 7 energy, like Monday, associating with Moon energy, is introspective energy. This is where we go inside of ourselves. This is where the day could feel like it's moving super slow, because sometimes when we are forced to be still, things could feel super slow because we are so used to, having instant gratification. We're so used to constant stimulation. That's why, videos are being made shorter and shorter when we scroll through timelines, because we want things to happen. We want them to happen now. Where on the 7th, things feel a lot. It's almost like everybody is off in their own bubble or cubicle within their mind and just kind of doing their own thing. So you could be in a busy space, but it just feels so silent, to where the silent can feel so loud. And even if it's loud, it just feels like, very introspective. And the card that comes up for this energy, and I think it's interesting so far how nothing but Pentacle energy been coming up. And this energy now is 5 of Pentacles in the reversal position. So 5 of Pentacles in the upright position shows 2 people leaving some kind of a shelter. To me, that could be a church, it could be anywhere, but they're leaving something stable and they're going off, and they don't look dressed for the weather, but at the same time, they must know why it is that they need to leave. And to me, when this is in the upright position, I think of, like, say for example, you've had an awakening, you've had your calling, you've had your dark night of the soul, you've had your ego death. And after that experience, and with me saying that, if you haven't checked out the podcast, go and check the podcast out, visit the website, and you'll see the link on the website. So it's like you had your ego death type of situation, and you realize that the people that you've been surrounding yourself with, the things that you've been believing in, are false. You just know they're false because now you're starting to question things, and things aren't making sense. And you don't need to be an authority in any area to put 1 and 2 together and knows that it adds up and reduces to 3, and the math is just not adding up. So even though you might be unequipped and unprepared for the big world out there, you're willing to take your chances because you just can't live the phoniness. You just can't accept what's going on. And with this in the reversal position, what's coming to mind is deciding to just get along to go along. Like, that is the energy on Monday the 7th. It's if you're someone who's not willing to go along to get along, you will definitely feel a bit of friction within yourself. You might feel some turmoil, or just frustration. Like I look at the moon, and the moon is in Taurus, and the moon is conjuncting Uranus. So with the moon conjuncting Uranus, right away, this is talking about like the inner world of one, where we want to be free, we want to be innovative. And with it in Taurus, the moon in Taurus talks about also a need for stability, a need for things to be orderly. But at the same time, Uranus is there. So with the moon in conjuncting Uranus inside Taurus, it's like, okay, I do want stability. I do want things to be pleasurable. And I do want to, enjoy like life on a whole. But at the same time, I want to be free. But the moon is squaring Saturn conjunct Mercury in Aquarius. So to me, that it gives me a vibe of like being forced to kind of sit still, being forced to be still. And that goes with this energy. And in the moments when we are forced to be still, I feel like this is where we have to go into ourselves. And perfect when it comes to moon energy, 7 energy, introspection. So this is where we might find that, like I said, you're in a busy office space, but it just seems so quiet. What's coming to mind is like a rainy day. It's like a rainy, gloomy, overcast day where everybody has to be inside, even though they would just love to go out, get out, and just get out and do something, get out and be free. Also with the moon squaring Saturn, Mercury in conjunction in Aquarius, it's like, I just want to be alone. I want to be by myself. I just want to do my own thing type of energy. So also too, when I look at this card in the reversal position, in the upright, these two are going along. This person is following this person leaving, where in the reversal position, I'm thinking that this person don't want to be followed. Like, just leave me alone and let me go out and let me do my own thing and let me just figure things out. The moon is sextiling Sun conjunct Jupiter in 12th house, 12th in Pisces. Pisces 12th house energy, Neptune's also there. That to me is it's like, I just want to be by myself. Like, I just want to be by myself and I want to do my own thing type of vibe. So to me, it's like a very interesting, conflicting energy, meaning that Uranus conjuncting the moon on the inside. I want to be free. I want to be innovative. I want to do things according to my own term. Like, I just want things to go faster, but at the same time, I want to be alone. It's a very conflicting, interesting energy. So yeah, Monday the 7th, introspection day, and just one where it's like, just take it easy. Relax, enjoy your time and time to yourself. What I love about the number 7 energy on a Monday, Moon Day, is that the number 7 is a rebellious energy. And what I love about rebellious energy is innovative energy. And this is where we are able to be free thinkers. This energy supports free thinking, and it supports critical thinking in the sense that number 7 energy is one that wants to know the truth and will trust itself and do its own research and find its own, basically do its own research and look for independent sources to make sense of things, opposed to listen to others regurgitating information that basically is handed down from a higher chain of command, and not really us diving deep and questioning ourselves to say, what makes sense to me? What is my truth when it comes to this or whatever it is that I'm experiencing? So it's like, this is a day where it's like a part of us, we want to be free, but at the same time, we want to be comfortable. It's like that vibe where it's like, I'm not sure what I want, so just leave me alone and leave me be type of vibe. And we move on to the last day that I'll cover, which is the 9th, because by the 10th which is a Thursday, I'll be dropping the next video. And Wednesday is Mercury Day. Mercury is communication, information, us informing ourselves, gaining knowledge, information, whatnot. And the card for that day will be the 2 of the Two of Wands in the upright position. And the Two of Wands in the upright position, automatically my eyes go to the wand. One wand posted up here, which talks about, say, that idea. It's like Ace of Wands, that idea coming in, that fiery energy, wanting to take action. And then the wand in his hand and wanting to direct that action. And I think of Mercury energy, and Mercury having to do with the mind and how fast the mind moves and how the mind can go from one extreme to the next. And talking about the moon and Mercury energy and the mind going from one extreme to the next, I look at the moon is in Gemini, at the time of this. And it's so fitting because I did this for 8 a.m. and the moon is at 9 degrees in Gemini. The day is the 9th. So with the moon in Gemini, this is our mind again, going from, this is our mind just being curious about everything, anything, and nothing at all. And the moon is sextiling Mars conjunct Venus, and Mars conjunct Venus is in Aries. Mars conjunct Venus is in Aquarius. So basically this is us, just our thoughts. It's like what the theme through this week is, just the need for it's like I don't want to be restricted. And I mean, when do we ever want to be restricted? Of course, no one never wants to be restricted. But like I said in the beginning of this video is, you're eating the same thing for the past week and you're ready for something else. It's like, if I take another bite of that, I'm going to throw up. That's the whole energy with the moon. With the moon trining Mars conjunct Venus in Aquarius. So it's like, I just, I value my freedom. I value my friends, but I want to be free and I want to be curious and I just want to entertain and stimulate my mind. I don't want to focus on anything too serious or anything too specific. The moon squares sun conjunct Jupiter and Neptune and Pisces in the 12th house. And also too, the moon is squaring Mercury conjunct Saturn in the 11th house. So to me, what I'm getting from this is basically I'm curious. I want to chill with you when I feel like it, but don't have any major expectations. It's like, I really don't want to be by myself. I want to hang out and be around other people. But at the same time, if I say I'm gonna be there at 4 and I get there at 6, just be okay with that. I'm not sure when I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there when I get there or whatever. But I want to be around friends. I want to chill with people. I want to be curious. I want to explore things. But at the same time, just don't hold me to anything. That's the energy that I'm getting here with the moon in Gemini, with the moon in Gemini trining Mars conjunct Venus in Aquarius in the 10th house. It's like, I want to be seen. I want to be out, but I don't want to be restricted. I don't want to be by myself either. I want to be around other people, because I look at the sun conjunct Jupiter, 12th house in Pisces. It's like, I'm tired of being isolated. I don't want to be isolated. I want to be free. And it's like, as I'm talking about the day, I feel myself it's like a frustration to a certain extent. It's like, I don't want to be isolated. I want to be free. It's like a fast moving type of energy also. It's like, I just want to move fast. I just want to do things on my own terms. And talk about moving fast, we go back to the Wands energy. And Wand energy is fire energy. So to me, it's like, I have an idea. I want to hang out with friends. I just want to hit the road. Where do I want to go? I need to put something in my GPS. Who do I want to hang out with? It's like that kind of energy. It's like, I just want to be around people. I want to do something. But at the same time, don't try to clock me. Don't try to I might come and I might not come. That's the vibe. I might be there and I might not be there type of vibe. So, the way how we started off, and also too with Wednesday adding up or reducing to the number 9 energy. The number 9 energy is one that actually likes to be free, even though it could be a bit clingy when it's just getting to know someone. And a lot of the times the number 9 will ghost and end relationships with people because the number 9 tends to show up and be what everybody wants it to be, and then it gets frustrated and then it's over it. So, you know, when I'm looking at the 9 and it being Mercury day or whatever, 9 on a Wednesday and it being Mercury day, I think about also too with the number 9, loving friends, having to be around friends and be around people and make connections. So it's like, to me, that's a day where we want to chit chat and have a good time with everybody. Small talk, nothing too serious, be free, be flexible, hang with our different groups, because the number 9 is an energy that can have a bunch of different friend groups because of its ability to relate and be flexible and just well liked by other people. So to me, this is a day where it's like you want to chit chat and associate with different people, but not necessarily be committed to any specific group of people or anything like that. It's just like, I want to just be free and have a good time. Like, that's the vibe that I'm feeling with it. So I don't know if there's things going on to where it's like some of us might not feel like, you know, basically we're able to be free or do all that we would like to do, but I just know there will be a lot of initiating when it comes to getting out and doing all that. And the last thing that my attention went to is the Uranus sextiling Sun conjunct Moon, Sun conjunct Jupiter in the 12th house. So Uranus is in the first house, and with Uranus and Taurus in the first house, this is, you know, being seen showing up like Aries energy, wanting to like just be free, move fast, do things on its, you know, on your own terms, move like lightning type of vibe. But the sextile with Jupiter in Pisces, to me, it's basically just like being expansive with thought, being imaginative. So it's like, I want to do all the things that I imagine. And what comes to mind with this is whenever I'm really hungry at the end of a day, and because I'm so hungry, like I think I can eat everything, and then I end up not being able to eat everything or stuffing myself in order to try to eat most of what I put in front of myself. So this is where we could be so dreamy about the idea of just being free and getting out there, to where we can find ourselves making plans and not being able to keep all the plans. Or this is where we can find ourselves like, you know, yeah, making plans, not being able to keep all the plans, feeling like we want to do everything possible and then end up not doing anything because like, it's like getting up and it's like, I think I want to go to the beach today, or I think I want to go to the park. I think I want to go here. I think I want to go there. Like, that's the way the energy feels. And it's like, you're planning all these things, but then you probably don't end up getting any of them done because of like being all over the place. Like, I get an all over the place energy when it comes to Wednesday the 9th, you know what I'm saying? So when it comes to that day, just be aware of that energy and the need to just be curious about everything and anything. And what you could do to help yourself for that day is set a to-do list. A to-do list is great for every day, but that day it's good to keep to one, because that will help to get things done for sure. Again, another video way longer than I expected, way longer than I planned, you know, but either way, if you're still here with me, I would love to hear about it. Please let me know by dropping me a black heart in the comment box below. I would love to hear from you. Love yourself as if your life depended on it, because it does. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.